I pressed the loop button. That's my bad. Hey, everybody, welcome to Live Coding Happy Hour. So if you're new to this channel or if you're new to this stream, this is our Friday afternoon, end of day stream, afternoon for most of us, where we unwind, get some drinks, enjoy watching someone code or not code, depending on how the outcome goes, and just enjoy having fun unwinding at the end of the week. We are all part of the ServiceNow ecosystem, and this show is just a highlight. We try to highlight products, but we're also just trying to build stuff live on the air, showing the full process of what could go wrong, working through it, hitting a wall, and then enjoying when we do have a little bit of success. But first, let's do some introductions. So my name is Earl. I am a senior developer advocate here at ServiceNow. I have been at ServiceNow for almost 3 years now, actually. But before that, I was in higher ed doing ServiceNow development and engineering and stuff like that for several years. I'll pass it over to Adam.
Yeah, I'm Adam Chelly. I'm a principal product success manager here at ServiceNow, covering all of Automation Engine. Been with ServiceNow for about a month, and prior to that, I was with a partner. So very excited to be back on the stream.
And we'll pass it over to Harneet.
Hey everyone, so my name is Harneet. I've been in the ServiceNow ecosystem for close to 8 years. I'm currently working as a technical architect for Accenture, 2-time being MVP. I'm really excited to be second time on this show. I'll pass it over to Daniel.
Yeah, last but not least, my name is Daniel Kordick. I am a technical consultant with GlideFast Consulting. I've been with GlideFast Consulting for about 2 years now. So that's actually my 2 years yesterday. So.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah.
Nice. Harneet mentioned 2-time MVP, but is that all of us? Are we all 2-time MVPs?
Not me.
No? Okay. Because I think I was 2-time MVP, then turned employee. Adam was a 2-time MVP, then turned employee. Harneet's a 2-time MVP, so we almost got it.
So is that me? So am I next, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so the next part that we do on Live Coding Happy Hour is always it's happy hour, and the reason why we do this, someone asked us recently, and I was like, what's the importance of drinking? And it's really, we try to have guests on the show, and we have product managers, and we just also try to have fun. And a lot of times, what helps people in those social situations is a little bit of alcohol. And so that's where that kind of came from, just having fun at the end of the week. So we introduce our drinks now because we're going to rate them at the end. I did this like a month ago, but I have these Canta Rios. It's like the alcoholic version of Jarritos, and it's a tamarind one. So I haven't tried this flavor yet, so it is new to me. Adam, what are you drinking?
Today I have the Bald Irishman Red Ale from Center of the Universe Brewing Co. in Ashland, Virginia. If I can get that to cooperate. There we go.
Dang, this is good. Harneet, what are you drinking?
Since I've got cold, I'm just having some green tea in my CTA cup.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're showing off your CTA cup too.
Yeah.
Not having anything cold. Sorry, Daniel.
Yeah, no problem. Today I've got a Birra Moretti, so imported from Italy. So excited to drink that one.
Nice. Okay, so this episode we are doing RPA stuff, and I remember, when was it, Adam? When I messaged you and was like, oh no, I think this is another stream, but last week I was like, hey Brad, you're driving UI Builder for Live Coding Happy Hour, right? Like 2 days before the stream, and I didn't realize I was like, wait, I usually drive. Why am I assuming somebody else would drive? Luckily he did. And then when I asked Adam, when Adam wants to do RPA, I was like, you're doing it. I don't want to do it. I've done enough Live Coding Happy Hours doing RPA. It's time for somebody else to do it. So Adam is going to be driving through RPA for us. You go ahead and talk about like what you did prep and then what we're going to try to work on today, because I know usually we try not to have any prep, but this RPA needs some standing up. So if Adam can walk us through that first.
Yeah. So what I did prior to today was I got RPA Design Studio, Desktop Design Studio installed, got it connected to my instance. We've done this on Live Coding Happy Hour before. We've done this in a couple of places, lots of good tutorials. And then the other thing that I've done to prepare for this is I have a badge request application that has just one table, pretty simple.
Can you zoom in twice? It's not Live Coding Happy Hour if we don't forget to zoom in, right?
That's right. So badge requests, very, very basic task extension table. Set this up ahead of time. Home office, access level. That's about it. And what we're going to be doing today is adding a UI action that will actually open, if we're successful, we'll open the camera app, wait for the person to take a picture, and then copy the picture into our very, very high-tech badge database. It's going to get the username from the instance. It'll generate a badge number, copy the picture, and add the access level to our very fancy Excel database if we're successful.
Your use case, what you're building right now is different than everything else we've done on Live Coding Happy Hour, because every time I hosted RPA Live Coding Happy Hour, it would control something in the room, but it's so much more a better use case that people will understand if it just if you're in ServiceNow, click on a button and then it controls your actual computer on the spot. That's much more likely the use case than all the things I've done in the past. So that's
So one thing that was pretty amusing, Early and I were brainstorming this. I was like, oh, what if we do employee badge creation? When I come into the doc site, let's consider an employee badge creation use case. So I was like, hey, there are no original ideas. So we're essentially going to be implementing something very similar to what's on the doc site, which is great because that means you can follow along at home. You don't have to do everything exactly the way we're doing it. The attended automation that they outline in the doc site is zoom in a little, slightly different. It's not taking a picture. So I did have some original thoughts here, but we can kind of follow along with the docs. So let's get into it. So we're going to
you added the surveillance state step to the
exactly.
Okay, cool.
So RPA Hub Workspace, this is the where you want to start for anything RPA. We'll come into our list. And then, so one of the other things I did before today was I set up our bot process record. I set up our package record, set up an attended configuration record. I didn't want to spend too much time on just getting things connected. I really wanted to focus on actually making it work.
Yeah.
So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to come into our packages, and we've got badge request. It's already published. It's an attended package type, so it runs in the user session. And then within that, we have our badge photo. And if we scroll down a bit, on the details tab, right here, this is where the magic is going to happen. This is a new one. When you check that off, it's going to add a couple new fields or new related lists. that we can edit here. We've got our
Isn't that track automation logs box new as well?
I believe it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's one of the big
and then the track execution logs there as well too.
Yep. Yeah, logging was one of the big improvements for this release.
Mhm.
We'd call out. But so what we're going to focus on right now, attended configurations. And this is essentially where you map your bot to a UI action. All right, we're just going to take that name.
Was that minimized by default?
No, I think I minimized it while working on stuff earlier. It was expanded when I opened it the first time today, so I think that was something I did. It only shows you tables within your scope, so I'm in the batch request scope. Another fun fact, it is very hard to come up with a scope name when you're in SNC prefix, because somebody else already had batch request, batch rec. So I used a password generator to come up with a secondary prefix.
I don't know if any potential hackathon attendees are gonna. I don't mind saying this on air, but this is a fun story while you get some stuff set up. So when I participated in the hackathon back in like 2018 or 19 or something like that, 2018, they didn't wipe the instances after the hackathon ended, and so I kept that instance for a year, and I was using that instance to like make things on because it was running fast. I really enjoyed that instance, but I accidentally stole so many common X_SNC namespaces during that time, and I feel pretty bad about it because like some of the more common ones that someone obviously badge request is probably me, but some really like simple names oops, I probably shouldn't have stole those back in the day. Now we wipe the instances much faster.
Yeah. So yep, got our batch request table, description. And then in here, you can set a condition for when it will or will not appear. We're going to leave that blank for now. We can come back in and add that later. So now, if everything is set up right, and we activate this, yep, it automatically creates the UI action for you. And now we just need to come in here. All right, and we are published. So now, if everything's working right, we should have
a UI action.
A UI action to take a badge photo.
Nice.
All right.
And on that now won't do anything, right? Because you don't have anything in here.
So I did do one little bit of prep because launching a Windows Store app like camera is a little annoying. So I did pre-prepare a batch file for that. So if we run that, it will pop up in the camera.
Okay, so you just made a .bat
Nice.
file and had some stuff executing in it?
Yep.
Hey, nice room.
Yep. There's the kitty cat. There's the kitty cat. And that is why we use virtual backgrounds.
This is so much different than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful though.
I thought we were going to see his bass. I thought we were going to see his keyboard. All of it.
You mean his actual desktop background right now?
So, yeah, we'll start working on the actual RPA side of things in a second here, but that's...
You pressed run on RPA Studio. If you press take badge photo, will it do the same thing right now?
Yep, it should. Let's see what it does.
I forgot. I always forget that it does the intended robot thing. Wow, this is so much different looking from when we last did live coding happy hour on this. Nice.
Nice.
So yeah, now what we're gonna do is build the attended automation. So obviously the person working these badge requests, they're gonna come in, get the person lined up with the camera, have them smile, take the photo, and then when they're ready to proceed, if we are successful, it will come in here, copy this, stick it in our database.
Woo.
If we're feeling fancy, it'll even resize it, and we'll get the rest of the information. So let's clear that out and cancel the process.
Was a pretty ambitious goal for when you were telling me about you wanting to try to make this.
Oh, I had no illusions that we were gonna finish, but I want us to make some progress. So we already got one part. We got the UI action working. So yeah, let's get into RPA Design Studio. Let me trying to zoom in.
That's one way.
That's a lot. Yeah, we may just have to live with that. So yeah, here's that. I can open the batch file just to show it's very, very small.
For those of you that don't know, a batch file is basically like an executable on your PC. It just runs a bunch of scripted commands.
Yeah. In this case, a single line, and that colon, I got stuck on that for far longer than I would like to admit, because I was like, oh, I'll just copy and paste, start Microsoft Windows camera. That's not it. You need the colon.
And is that just a execute, or is that an end line?
No, I think the name of the package is camera colon.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we go in here and we do a run dialog, that's what you get. It doesn't exist.
What did you just find documentation saying it needs the colon?
Yep. Yeah, I just how do I launch the camera from command line? Oh, okay, that's easy. So yeah, now what we're gonna do is figure out RPA, flying by the seat of our pants. Okay, so we do actually need camera open.
I feel like there's a couple things you can even do from here, like with in your RPA. You can like either do the mouse over and you do a click, or you can do another batch file and do an Excel and start that process with the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, we could even potentially put opening the batch database Excel in the same batch file, but I would rather do it within RPA if we can pull that off. So, okay.
Make it open the Excel sheet and then run a Visual Basic application script over there and have that open your batch. No, I'm just kidding. Don't.
Yeah, perhaps. So we are looking for, so we have the Excel connector that goes in our global objects. And then from there, we'll need to figure that one out as we go. Let's see. Let's first figure out how we want to wait for the user input.
As in, like, you're gonna have to wait for them to press paste or something?
Yeah, so let's talk about the process. So we've got our badge request, we have our user, home office, and access level. So then here, let's get back into RPA Hub Workspace actually. And on our attended configuration, field parameter mappings. So this is part of how we get our thank you, Paige. All right, so from here we have our field and our process field parameters. This is how we get data from the record to the RPA bot. And that means we need to actually take a step back, and on the process, we have a couple that I already predefined: access level, badge number, username, picture, and so then we will need a new one for the home office. So we'll start with the ones that we already have. Access level, access level. We don't have a badge number field, and we're using requested for. All right, and then.
So these are the things you're passing over to the bot.
Yes. Yeah. So these are ServiceNow table fields into process field parameters, and we'll map those in a minute. But I think we need to put this in maintenance first. And what that's going to do is let us create the new process fields. One of the things, there we go. You can actually create the parameter directly from the field parameter mapping with this UI action, which is pretty nice.
And that shows up in the studio.
Yep, and that's on the configuration of the embedded task record. So create, and then it asks us what field we want to map it to. And I don't know if there is a convention for snake case versus just using a common name or what. So as you can see, I did just username, and then I felt wrong not using snake case for a parameter, so I changed to snake case.
You should add some slashes in there and see what happens.
No.
Okay.
Let's so then, okay, if we activate that, and then we go here, we publish that.
So at one point, does it push those things like the field parameters and stuff like that into your design?
Yeah, so we're already connected. I don't want to publish. Bot process, attended config. Let's find out what that even means. Let's see. Record context. Welcome to Searching the Docs site.
It's funny because before this stream, what did you message me? Where was it? It was like, this is going to be more of an old... Where did you say that? It's going to be more of an old school stream because it's... Yeah, this is going to be an old school live coding happy hour. I've got a bit prepared, but then we're going to figure it out together laughing.
Yep.
That's how all the classic live coding happy hours used to be, was us all collectively staring at a document page for a few minutes and then figuring out, oh, this is what we should try.
Yeah, so, okay, this is activating. We already have it activated. Maybe it's under the desktop design studio portion.
Though admittedly, back in the day, you would have more people that knew what they were doing, and I'm not going to be that great of a help in this situation. I mean, I guess I'll go through the docs with you.
It's okay. I'm the expert. 7 red lines. Hope somebody gets that reference.
So I'm not sure how many people who's watching this show had the same experience, but I think I did participate in the build with RPA challenge. I had the same problem. So I had to just keep going back to the document side, just try and understand what I'm doing. Because the first time I was doing it, I just thought, nothing makes sense until it actually starts working.
Yep. Okay.
What was the field called? Record something?
Record context. And no tooltip, just record context. Let's see what that means. Anybody want to ask ChatGPT?
You think I would know this thing? I'll ask. I'll see what it says.
See what it says.
Is it just asking for the processes society?
If it is, I wish it was a drop down.
This is what GPT says. It typically refers to the specific data or environment settings that are relevant to the task the bot is supposed to perform. The record context helps to define the conditions under which the bot. This isn't wrong. This has nothing.
This doesn't feel right, but we're going to try it.
It's a required field too, huh?
Nope.
Are you sure it's not? Try the SysID.
SysID of what?
Of the bot?
Of the bot. Like the bot, the robot? Or the process?
The process. Bot process.
Yeah, the process.
Because there's another function called get record context ID, and that basically is expecting the SysID of the ServiceNow form record. So trying to reverse it back, probably record context might be a SysID of the record itself.
Hey.
So it accepted the SysID?
It accepted a SysID.
Until it breaks further, we'll call that a success.
Yeah. So, okay, now we need our process parameters. Going on a tangent while I link these things up. Earl.
Tangents? Oh, I'm good at tangents.
Recently asked for some musical assistance, and the VST host that I use has a very similar interface for linking up virtual pedals.
Yeah, it's funny because whenever we show RPA Desktop Design Studio to ServiceNow people, everyone's first mind goes back to, we're going back to workflows. It's so old school. And I'm sitting there like, to be honest, like this kind of visual interface of connecting tiles like this, specifically where there's a sequence line and then there's also connector lines. So he hasn't done connector lines between objects and stuff like that yet. But that's present in a lot of other pretty industry-wide applications. So it's not going back to workflow. It's actually RPA Desktop Design Studio was built to look and feel like other systems that other developers around the world would understand. And my go-to example is like Unreal Engine has an interface just like this. And your VST is like this. And yeah, it looks like old school workflow, but that's more of a like symptom of workflow, looks more like what other people were used to.
Yeah. Well, then the other thing is this is a very Microsoft-y interface. So, okay, let's see. Let's try, because we're not going to have any process parameters if we're not in the context of that. Yeah, let's run it from a batch request.
Node-RED. Chris is talking about. Oh, you need a picture of me?
Eventually.
We're all going to look like Adam by the time this finishes.
Okay.
Did you need to publish it before you did that?
Yes.
Did you publish it?
I did not. We can at least see the new logging. Okay, stop the robot. Workspaces. RPA Hub Workspace.
RPA Hub Workspace V2. Next.
Portal.
Bortle.
Yes. For everybody unaware, I have a campaign to brand the new, when portals become full featured in UI Builder, to call them Bortles with a B. Okay, automation logs. Let's see what we get.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh, it did not send it over because you canceled it?
It's entirely possible. Let's see. Okay, let's publish this.
I like that you clicked 3 times as you waited for it to load. Oh, Chris in the chat was thinking the same thing. No logs because of canceled problem. I thought you typed Parmesan. I was like, did I see incorrectly? I was like, you said get parameters, right? I thought I saw. You did type Parmesan. Parmesan.
All right. List. Process. Batch photo. That's probably a bug that I need to report.
It reverted back to in maintenance.
Yeah,
the
publish button doesn't save.
Where's that? There's a data binding somewhere in there that's going haywire. Oh, it didn't even save it at all?
Nope, it just published it and reverted. Okay, save, then publish.
That didn't need to be refreshed at all first before you clicked it, right?
I don't believe so, because we can, let's wait for the bot to run, but then we can take a look at the UI action itself that was generated.
So once it gets to the camera app, that should be the end, right? Because you don't have any additional steps.
Right.
Welcome to Live Coding Happy Hour, as we all wait for the bar to finish loading.
Well, do you know if there are any labs for RPA at Knowledge this year?
Yes, there are a few. Let me.
Because there's a lot of sessions happening in the RPA area, so quite an exciting area, I guess, for this year. Not a whole lot of people are talking about GenAI anymore.
False.
That is false.
That's not true.
So yeah, we do have a couple of RPA labs. I'm trying to get some of the
I
highlights.
type in RPA, I see 8 sessions or 14 sessions.
Yeah, so we've got that one. Specifically, I know from my team, we have the RPA UI Recorder Lab. That's one that I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah. Also, at the end of this show, Adam, if you want to give me any links to put in the show description, let me know.
Yep, I will up with that.
Have we checked the log chat? Did it run? Or did it error on the get parameters?
It may have process jobs. Okay. Oh, it says it complete. Oh, canceled.
But the log's completed.
Yeah, that's a new one. Any automation logs this time? No.
So it's either the process parameters step you added or the fact that we messed up the record context.
Yep.
I see that the line still has exact pixel accuracy still.
Yeah.
Almost. You got it. There it is. Oh, you had it.
There we go.
There it is.
Okay, let's see if we get an object.
Object is Gabby's favorite. We still have no idea if that's correct.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's anything obvious in here. Attended configurations. Take batch photo.
So, according to the docs that Harneet found earlier, the studio action get record context ID is specifically looking for the sys-ID of the ServiceNow form record where the automation is triggered. So that means where your UI action is, that sys-ID is what it's looking for.
The sys-ID
form that your UI, because it says where the ServiceNow form record from where the automation is triggered. So the sys-ID of this view right here. Wait, no, because I would just get the record of the. No, that wouldn't make sense.
Maybe.
Would it be the UI action itself? No. If you're triggering the automation from the ServiceNow's forms UI action and it executes the attended robot, get record context ID returns the sys-ID of the ServiceNow form record. Oh, I don't think it's the same thing. So this is get record context. It's weird because they're using record context, I think, in 2 different systems. Context, like get record context. What's the context of the specific record this was run on versus there's no record context for the entire bot itself. So what is it looking for there? Yeah, I don't know if this is pointing to the right thing. But when I search RPA desktop and record context in quotations, I'm not finding anything else. So what's different besides you having a log utility in there?
Trying this sys-ID.
Oh, the action.
The can trigger automation sys-ID.
Which was automatically created for you, right?
Yep. Let's see what it says when I just run it manually. Okay, Okay, get process parameters found. No parameters found for given process ID. That makes sense since we triggered it manually. So stop that, clear log.
You need to attach the new package, right?
Yep.
Y'all remember back in the day when we used to have like 30 Chrome tabs open whenever we would do this kind of work? And now you just have 30 workspace tabs open.
plus 30 Chrome tabs. Because you're not getting away from Chrome tabs.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I mean, these are all Chrome tabs,
box.
right?
Just like now we just open tabs for fun.
Okay.
Duplicate.
Let's see. Search. Save before publishing. Publish. Okay. Let's try clicking the button.
Attended. It never indicates if it's done or not. Isn't it supposed to?
So if it's successfully completed, it would close itself.
But it's not even opening your camera app, so I'm wondering if it's erroring still on the get parameters.
Yeah, I think it is.
Can't you I don't remember how to set it up, but can't you give it a test context?
Yeah, we can. Where do we set that?
Yeah, I don't remember how. Yeah, I remember putting this up because I was tired of going back and forth between everything to try to test something. And I wanted it to actually, so I could just press play and it pretends that it's getting it from a record.
That's the subject for a different episode.
How long do you want the series to be, Adam?
We'll just go forever. Let's see.
I mean, straight up. So the example I always use was old veterans, long before my time, developer advocates, Josh Nearius and Dave Slusher, the original two developer advocates, actually. When they started up Live Coding Happy Hour, they made a 3-part series called creating a Slack bot or something like that in ServiceNow. It was those 3 back-to-back streams, like part 1, part 2, part 3 on 3 different Fridays, that long after it aired, I went back and watched those because on the SN Devs community, I wanted to create a bot for fun, to make silly stuff. And those 3 original episodes enabled me to make what is now Slacker on that workspace, which eventually led me to build all the Hacktoberfest stuff, which eventually allowed me to build all the other stuff that I've done with other things that are for fun or hackathon. And so I'm completely okay, Adam, if you want to make this a multi-series one. You never know what person is going to sit here and watch through every RPA episode and be like, I'm glad I watched this instead of struggling it with myself myself, or I can give you the files and we can edit it down to actually be the parts that actually move the progress forward.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, well, we can definitely think about that. So yeah, I don't want to keep spinning my wheels on this. So let's.
Wasn't there another series on like cooking management or something like that, where you hooked up to a barbecue and they saw how how long a cook would do?
Yeah,
that was a couple years ago.
Andrew Barnes was very big about doing integrations with the smoker or the
something like that.
Yeah.
No, that was Brad's. That was my debut.
No, I think was it Brad's? I think they both done similar things.
Yeah, they were both on, but it was Brad's smoker that we were automating.
Okay. And it wasn't because it was like a series of it, because he was going back to it, and he would see we first setting it up and then seeing how long the cook was, and then he would show the cooking management application. So there's been a couple series.
Okay, we're gonna at least get as far as clicking a button.
I mean, we could just build the this part of it and just worry about the connecting part to ServiceNow in another part.
Yeah, let's do that with our last couple of minutes. Okay, wait.
That's right. And Queenie in the chat talked about the recipes. There's an entire app. I think it's still alive. If you go to the ServiceNow Dev Program GitHub organization, there's like 1 billion repos in there, and there's a recipes app repo in there that has like just tons of people's contributions of recipes, but it was built on Live Coding Happy Hour by Brad, I think. We have receipts. I love the dual view of Adam every time he does this.
Yeah.
Adam, for every episode that we do this, when you reveal the camera app, you need to be in a more zanier location every single time.
That'd be great. Why?
I think Adam's getting serious every time he opens the camera app. The first time he took the photograph, I think he was really smiling. Now it's just going, oh, there you go. Good one.
So, why does RPA... RPA might not play nice with UWPs. I'm getting some weird...
What's happening right now? What's going on?
I am frozen, and I'm trying to get the...
From our end, it looks
clicker.
like your screen is freezing. That's what it looks like. So I guess that's accurate.
Yeah, this is going exactly how
this is first on.
Yeah, I'm totally locked up. This is great.
Yay! We accomplished.
I see your mouse moving.
Yeah, I can move the mouse. I can't click anything because the click recorder is trapped. There we go. Okay, so it may not be playing nice with dual monitors.
It wouldn't be good on my system then. I have 4 screens in front of me.
Okay, let's try that again. We're gonna open the camera on my other screen. So let's switch some things around.
And we're getting like 1 frame per second now on our end. Whoa, okay. Lost your screen entirely. Hey, everybody, we're back.
Hello. Entire screen, screen 1. Okay, there we go. Camera.
Oh, hey. Much smoother now.
Yeah. Capture image. Okay.
Hey, do you know if it's better to do a bigger capture or just like this specific thing that you're eventually going to want to touch?
I think smaller is better. So let's actually redo that one.
Yeah, because that size image will be like the same when you open back up the RPA Design Studio.
Yep. So, okay, we've got RPA here. We've got our target. Close the camera. Let's try it.
So it's supposed to open it up and then click on the button.
Wait 30 seconds first.
Did you put a wait on it?
Yeah, he's got a 30-second wait. He's going
Maybe
to
a
30
shorter wait.
seconds.
This is perfect. Pose for 30 seconds. There you go. Everyone pose with it. Yay! Cheers.
I have no idea where it is. That feels like longer than 30 seconds.
It feels a little longer than 30 seconds. I didn't start counting.
Oh,
Cat left. Let's see. I think I killed it just when it was trying to.
Do shorter then.
yeah.
Yeah, let's change that to about 5. Stop. Clear log.
Page in the chat. Remember that one live coding happy hour where me, you, and Andrew, all we ever got done on doing mobile was adding like one button to the bottom of the screen, and that's it, and the button didn't do anything. Sometimes these episodes are like that. That was definitely longer than 5 seconds.
It even says that it clicked.
Oh,
Oh, wait. Image cannot be found. Click failed. Interesting. Okay. A new error is progress.
is it because you have a square box on opening? If you go back to your camera app, it defaults to selecting the
Oh.
So maybe the capture is incorrect.
We could also just send a spacebar.
Oh yeah, Jeff in the chat said the same thing. Yeah, you can. I mean, it's like you have to decide based off of what you think your user behavior will be, right? Because like, will a user when it opens up the app be moving their mouse around and it will take the square away?
That's not what we want. Okay. Now, is there send keys?
Key. Yeah.
I like that there's 2 different send keys. I love
Send
it.
key and send keys. Oh no, send keys.
Send keys. But one's keyboard, one's a UI. So let's see. Is there any guesses on how to send a space? Do we just do space?
It's probably curly brace space. Curly brace. I would guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it space?
No, that was me.
Did you just hit space?
I hit space. Okay, but it finished with no error.
What would be the support key for it?
It says in the docs, it says space. And then
Without curly
spacebar key.
braces? Okay, without.
It just says space.
Yes, no curly braces. That's my bad. I'm thinking. What notation am I thinking?
Maybe auto
I
hotkey.
think I'm thinking auto hotkey.
Okay, space. Just like that.
Yeah.
That kerning is terrible.
Capital. I don't know if it's.
Cap-
I don't know if it matters if it's capital letters, but it's capital S space.
Let's try it.
No, it says the send keys component supports it. The keyboard keys must be enclosed within. It's square brackets, not curly brackets. Jeffrey was closer. It's square brackets. So I got the word correct. Jeffrey got the square brackets correct, and it's also capitalized still, just in case.
If that's case sensitive, I'm gonna have some opinions.
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Hey!
Pack it up, everyone. We're going home.
All right.
Do you want to do anything more? Do you want to keep going?
We've got 2 minutes left. Let's see if we can get that into our Excel book. That might be ambitious. Yeah, I think we can end on a win.
Cool. Hey, it is what it is, right? We got RPA to control hitting the space bar.
And more importantly, we got it from a UI action.
Yeah.
And I haven't published it, so we can't try again. But yeah, let's do that.
You should delete the get parameters. Oh, which you already did. Yeah. Okay. Publish it. Yeah. Run it from the UI action. While you're doing that, let's the rest of us create our drinks. So as a reminder, I'm drinking the Cantarrios tamarind hard soda. And this is so tasty. I think this is the one I tried at the Warriors Lakers game that made me like fall in love with it, and why I bought a case of a bunch of different flavors. So I'm gonna give this one a solid like 4.5. It's really good out of 5. Harneet, how's your tea?
It's supposed to be really good, but since I'm drinking this at 10 p.m. here in the UK, it's not tasting so well. So I'll give it 3 out of 5. Just because of the cold. Yeah, I wouldn't have had this if I didn't have the cold.
Daniel, how's your import?
Yeah, the Birra Moretti, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Nice. Always like an import.
Solid. Adam, did you get to drink any of yours?
I did, yeah. It's the Bald Irishman. It's a very, very competent Irish red. I'd give it a 4.25 and then bump it up to 4.375 because we're not giving a full quarter point for success because we only got a partial success today.
While you finish up the thing, Jeffrey in the chat need an app to track drink plus score rating. We maybe have that comment once a quarter that someone's like, we need to make an app to track it. We've been getting that comment probably for all 3 years I've been here, and no one has ever tried. So it's like ongoing joke that we don't have any way of actually seeing what drinks we liked over the time. There's a lot of episodes where we forget to even rate the drink at the end. Did you run it from the UI action? I missed it.
I did, yeah. And I published it. And it's not.
Does it usually take that long to run the robot?
No.
Oh, Adam, we could have won on a win.
Should have quit while we were ahead.
Just kidding. No, are you going to work on this between potential streams, or are you going to just continue it during streams?
No, let's save it for a stream. We can.
All right.
I'll do some research. Figure out where we're supposed to do. Figure out that it's probably that context that's killing us right now.
Probably. Are you gonna? So. You can at least people you can ask of what's supposed to go there.
I was going to say someone should know something.
Well, I have access to product managers.
All right, sweet. So we've already done drink ratings. This is usually where we do announcements. I don't have any of those things loaded on this stream right now because I lost a lot of the assets for some reason. But knowledge is coming up, so knowledge.servicenow.com. We talked about RPA labs. There's a bunch of different things happening. If you're following this YouTube channel, we have tons of things going on that are relevant to this community. There's You and I Builder Live. No, Live You and I Builder Live. There's Live Coding Happy Hour Live. So a bunch of the live versions of these shows are going to be happening in Knowledge. So come join us. Yell at us from the audience. We'll probably appreciate it. Probably. But yeah, hopefully you get to come to Knowledge. We'll see you there. Otherwise, we're still continuing these streams. Live Coding Happy Hour is no longer super steady because we are wrapping up our Washington, D.C. content. We have wrapped up our Washington, D.C. content. And so we're putting these shows on as much as we can. I know the next episode of this, we're probably going to try to stream friendly to the India, Asia, Pacific, Japan kind of time zones, just because we have people there that are wanting to do some more of these kind of streams. So the next episode might be in that time zone. But then I'll work with Adam to see when you want to continue this stream, and we can do it whenever we're free, I guess.
Yeah.
So Adam, anybody else? Do you want to have any announcements or anything?
I'll let the others go first.
I don't got anything. Just watch Earl's Twitch. Let's go.
I have started up this Twitch stream again. If you're a OG veteran of everything that the dev program did, you might already be following the Twitch stream. It was resurrected about 3 weeks ago, and we're doing live coding every other day on that stream in 11 a.m. Pacific. So if you're available at that time, we're hanging out, we're making funny stuff. It's all just building fun stuff on that stream. So twitch.tv/ServiceNow dev program. Cool. Ernie, anything?
Nope, all good. Thank you.
Adam?
Yeah, just come to my Knowledge session if you're at Knowledge. It's the You're Just Not My Type data advice for developers when it comes to JavaScript data types.
And there's one about ECMAScript that is both featuring Adam and myself. It's going, there's not many people watching it this way. Everyone logged off already. It's going to be a musical. So come watch that one. It's going to be an entire session rapped by myself. So check that out. Look up ECMAScript in the catalog and look for me. And did I put your name in that one, Adam? No, because I tagged you on way late. Okay. So look for my name in for the ECMAScript stuff. Okay, bye everybody. Thanks for watching.
All right. Thanks all.